everyone. Welcome to Horror and Hooch. I am Jade Astro. I am joined by the lovely ladies, Kay Bly from obviously Horror and Hooch, but Fifth Wall, and also Desiree from Temper Drinks. We all make up Horror and Hooch. So we felt as though tonight we will come in halftime to discuss Lovecraft Country. And if you have not been up on it, I suggest that you go ahead and you start. What y'all want to tell them they need to start doing? Do they need to start binging it or just force feeding themselves with the episodes?
Well, see, I would say binge it, but see, you got to take a break because it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, but they're kind of behind. So I'm just gonna be honest. I think y'all need to catch up. So what men and ladies decided to do tonight, right before we have our episode 6 come on HBO Max, they would just go ahead and give you a rundown of our favorite episodes, characters, and some of the Easter eggs that we have seen while watching Lovecraft Country. So before we go into that, we each have our own drink for tonight. I'll go ahead and I'll get started. As always, I like my grown folks. Don't worry about that nail. It happens sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But I have tonight Crown Black. It is one of those special editions with Crown Royal, but it's called Crown Royal Black. Okay. And mixed in it, I have cherry coke. So
that's a good blend. Good blend.
What y'all drinking on over there?
Well, I got me some Stella Rosa. That was the quickest thing I could grab. This is my drink for the evening.
I'm a nickname you lightweight.
My little horn. Leave me alone.
Wine.
Let me get some cheese, girl.
I don't want old school on y'all. I done reached out the Uncle Snoop deal jizzle with my gin and juice.
Oh, yes.
Little OJ, little Bombay, it ain't no Seagrams. It's little Bombay though.
Oh, Bombay good too now. Shoot.
Not gin and juice.
Right, so hey, I know you ain't talking lightweight. I'm just playing. Drink what y'all want to drink.
Okay, I can get that. I can get like 3 of these in.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, to be honest, they be tasting like Kool-Aid to me. That
do.
Right there,
it's like drinking like grape soda. I just be sipping them. That's why.
Mm-hmm. So I kind of like, honestly, my drink, I kind of thought about Ruby when she was at the bar and she kept getting these dark behind drinks. I was wondering, I didn't know if it was Crown Royal, if it was Hennessy, what she was sipping on. So I just pretend like I was her and got me something brown.
You was feeling her in your spirits.
I sure was. That whole butterfly effect is beautiful. You hear me? But let's go ahead and go into our favorite episodes and characters. So, K-Bly, go ahead and get us started on that.
So far, I don't know the title. I know you know the title of it, but my favorite episode, which I really love the pilot, by the way, because I felt that it was shocking that it kind of took us on this journey of thinking that we were kind of like watching a movie about set back in the day to show us about segregation and racism, and then they hit us with the things in the woods.
Oh, you talking about the first episode?
Yes, I kind of want to touch on that just a little bit, because it kind of gave us two fears. Because being Black, we have that. You see, they were in a sundown town, so we're already adrenaline is pumping because they know that some racist stuff is about to go down. And then they get in the woods and now we got to face supernatural stuff. It's like, we can't win.
Right. That 2 for 1.
It's always something every month.
It's always something. But I really, really liked the episode that had the exorcism in it. I'm not sure what the title of it is, but when they had to, and the thing was, I liked it is that they were freeing those souls from being in there. Not that they were just like scared of them, not that they were bothering them, but they knew that those people were tortured souls and that they wanted to get them out of there. And Letty was she was a bit of a badass in that episode. And that's the episode where she took that bat and was like busting out windows and stuff.
Baby, that is my favorite scene. One of my favorite scenes.
She gave me goosebumps. Like if they don't give Journey an award, I will make one and virtually try to send it to her myself. Like
Right.
she is doing her thing. So do you have any maybe favorite quotes from any of your episodes?
So
If not, you can just tell us one of your favorites.
I do. My favorite quote is actually and don't laugh, but I love this is my favorite quote. My favorite quote was from the first episode when they was in that little racist ass restaurant and Letty came out the back.
Running out the back.
It was like, get your black asses up. We got to get the fuck out of here.
Lord have mercy. And the way she yelled it out, it's like, you just want to grab everything and go.
She was on point, though.
Yeah.
She was on point.
And you know how black people are. If we see somebody running, that's all. That's
all.
Oh,
that's all. Ain't even run. Let me see a light jog.
Let's go. And she was on it. She ran out to that car, swerved that thing around. They was out of there.
She did the whoa.
I was like, oh, she gonna be showing out in this show.
Okay. So what you got for us?
Going back though to the exorcism episode, I think that was the same episode. And I didn't realize this before until I saw people posting about it. The kids that were playing with the Ouija board. And they had a little black boy ask, was he going to enjoy his trip? And the Ouija board answer was no. And later on, I went and I was looking at stuff on social media, and they was like, y'all, that was Emmett Till. He had on the same outfit. They called him by his nickname. Yes, so that's why we didn't catch that, because they called him whatever his real life, what his nickname was. And that's what they were referring to. And I don't know why that was so like creepy to me, because think about if in real life you were one of those kids playing on a Ouija board with him and he was excited about going on a trip and the Ouija board told him no. And then later on you find out that he didn't make it back home. Like whoever just even put that just that little bit, that historical piece in there. Brilliant. Kudos to you, Misha Green. I really like that.
All right, Desiree, you got any favorites for us?
So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My favorite episode this
Bobo. That was his name.
That was his nickname.
Yes. Wait, what?
That was Emmett Till's nickname. It was Bobo.
Oh,
yes.
So my favorite episode thus far was episode 5, which was the most recent. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I watched all of them twice. But it took me to be in the bright of day, not by myself, with my mama, to watch this one the second time, because it was something about that shedding of the skin that had me like, and I'm not iffy when it comes to horror, but something about the visual on that was just so like, oh my God.
It looked so real, to be honest.
It did.
Even how like they had the sound effect to it, like the weight to it, all that.
The bones cracking, and the fact that she was so much bigger than that little white lady, so she had to, bust out.
Yes.
Man, that part when she was on the wall like this,
right,
and she had coming out, that woman. I looked at my husband. I said, "Now that's a woman. Look at them hips."
like the lady said it in the scene. She was like, "Oh, girl, you're gonna fit right in. You already dance. Look at them, the rhythm." that was her coming through.
Okay, not even no.
Right. So my favorite character is Letty, though, and I think just because she's coming into her own throughout this journey. Because in the beginning you kind of get the feel that she was a family fuck up, and so now she trying to get herself back on track, and she trying to do the right thing and handle this situation, learning all this other stuff that's going on top of being Black in racist society. So I like that change for her that you're getting to see. What else I got for you? Let me think. Oh, um, so I know she was talking about just little things that they threw in there that was crazy when you watched it. And in my favorite episode 5, well, everything I like came from episode 5. I'm tripping. I don't know if anybody paid attention, but in the sheriff's office, when Ruby was hiding in the closet, you saw the man change his shirt. And when he changed his shirt, he had stitches along his neckline and like down the side. And he was wearing black skin, like Leatherface style. Like I done cut off somebody's skin and sewed it onto my own. And I ain't seen a whole bunch of people talking about that. And I was like, well, maybe I was tripping.
No, I seen it.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. I had to put 2 and 2 together. He was helping that doctor that was experimenting on the black folks. So maybe that's something that they did. So I'm ready for that to reveal itself, because we know he got some kind of magic, because he mentioned that buddy in the closet was dead. So we know he doing something.
Yeah, but when you say the magic part, I don't know if you paid attention to the daughter of Adam or whatever. I can't remember her name.
Christine. Is her name Christine?
Well, she had said, I don't remember you being inducted into the organization.
Right.
So is he even a part of the organization, or was he like a pledge?
I don't know, because they had that scene too where they said he killed William because William was supposed to be the rightful heir to the lodge, and he was trying to take over. So I don't know where he is in the lodge. Yeah, or it may be because Buddy died, the lodge died with him. Because why the house been empty so long? If that was y'all lodge, why y'all just didn't keep it pushing? So I don't know.
I think that's the exact same house that Tick's ancestors were in, because it burnt down previously, and I just feel like that's the same house, because he said it had to be rebuilt. William said that when Tick and Letty and George had showed up, and he was giving like a history. So
real quick, I want to throw in there, because I don't think I wrote this down anywhere. Montrose. Who is he? Every episode is more of pieces of, he's not giving us all who he is. I don't even know if that's going to be his real name by the next episode.
But see, I picked up on what in episode 5 when he came out. I had already picked that up from episode 2, because when him and George was in the room talking, he told George was like, you remember you used to go down to the trains and greet the soldiers when they came in with your signs, and you had such a love then, and what happened? He was like, Daddy beat it out of me. I was like, oh, he was sweet.
That's, you know what? I didn't even peep that. That's why he was like, Daddy beat it out of me, because girl, you put that together. He was trying to get a boyfriend.
I picked that up right away, because then they kept saying, well, he might not be your son. So I'm like, okay, what's going on with this? And I think George was with Tick Mama. I can't, pieces ain't piecing.
And remember when Letty even told Montrose, she said, you got him running around here chasing his tail for information that you already got.
All the answers. She sure did say that.
So
but he read the book and burned it. And then
that was dual like statement, what she was saying, like meaning to her statement. Like, first of all, you got the information in your head, you don't know, but we need it, and you also know you ain't his daddy, because she probably know the gossip too. You know how it is in the community. You know how it is in our community. You know about you know that's the nasty uncle. You know that's the auntie that don't clean their house. All that stuff. You know that's the one that run numbles. The boo. You know what I'm saying.
Well, Buddy with the third leg had already tried to put Tick on game about his daddy anyway.
The first episode. Question, was that his daddy that ran away? Was that his daddy on his knees that ran away?
Nah, I think he would have said something about that, or that would have came up already.
Shadows, though. He was in the shadows. You couldn't really see who it was. You just seen some.
True.
And then the thing was, Tick friend or whoever childhood friend was like, I just wanted you to see what he was doing back there. So what if that was his daddy with him back there?
I don't know.
That's just me.
He out there now, baby. He ready.
I'm talking about he was at the ballroom.
he looks so free though. That he played the hell out that role,
He
baby.
did when he was up there with them, like he was ready.
Oh, I'm still mad at him because he didn't have to kill whoever that person was, that lady,
Yeah,
What he
whatever that whoever he was that he was
That's her
trying to
Murphy
silence
died?
her. Yes,
yeah.
because she had information, and I
But
don't know
you know
why
that's why he
why is
killed
he
her.
so freaking secretive? Why is he so
No, he
secretive?
killed her because he probably was falling in love with her because she was both.
Or maybe she had
I
information
don't
that
know.
Tick wanted.
I'm just
Oh, well,
talking.
you know she had information because she could
Yeah.
translate the book. He don't want them to translate that book, but he
Why
done already
not?
read. Because
Like,
whatever he done read
Exactly. You
in
see
that
what I'm saying?
guide,
Like,
he
why?
knows something. He know it's 35 lodges.
but here's the thing though, he was already researching them. That's why they had him locked up. Like they had already taken him, like he did his own little adventure, right?
Right, you know what? Because you're right. Because in the first episode, they did talk about how his daddy used to really be researching his mom's history. So he already know it's something.
Yes, he know he went there for some. He could have met up with them for money or wanted more magic. So he really, you brought up Montrose. He really might have like an alternative motive that we thinking he there for his so-called son, and he might be the next villain.
Exactly.
You
That's why
know,
I don't trust him at all.
Oh no,
And
I ain't
that's
trust
why
him.
when Tick was whooping his ass, I was just like,
I was in here like I was watching a fight. Get him.
I was pissed because see from that episode when they went and got him and they was trying to save him and he was just like, I don't need y'all to help me. So I'm like, he was acting all mean and nasty from the beginning. So I'm like, you know what?
That scene was funny too, cause he was out there like a whole having a
he
whole
came,
moment. Give it us free, and they talking about, hey Montrose.
he came out the ground, though,
Brown.
girl. He came out like a Thriller video. He was like,
Exactly. I
oh,
was thinking like Thriller and Resident Evil, the part two when
yeah,
they was
like they
coming up. Yeah, came
yeah.
out the ground. Very good cinematography with that. And they was just like, oh, we came to get you. We was looking for you.
I
What
told you
y'all
I
doing
ain't tell you
here?
to come
Like he
and save me.
what he's like he didn't want them to know nothing about what was going on. So he was
Right.
Because
like
he was being
offended.
sneaky. He was
Yep.
being sneaky.
And
That's
he told Tick talking about, boy, I ain't talked to you in about 5 years. Why the hell you gonna come down here about a letter? I was like, oh Lord.
like that hurt me. Like when he said it, I was like, God, dog, y'all should have stayed home.
Thank
But
you. I'm like, they could have
So
stayed
now,
home for this.
but now give me what you got, cause I know you always got something. What you got?
okay,
Come
girl.
on, get the notes out. Pull them notes.
My favorite character is Leticia fucking Lewis. I
I
don't
love that scene.
I love Ruby. I love Ruby, but it's something about Leticia. Like, I don't know if y'all peeped this, but in majority of the episodes, it's the woman or the women that are saving these men out of these situations. And
Well,
I
that's
would say,
I
huh?
was gonna say that's the whole theme, because that's the same thing with the white lady. She like, this
Yes.
ain't no boys club. This ain't got to be like that. I'm finna come in here, so it's the whole
But see,
thing.
but the
And
thing
I'm trying
is,
to
they
put
be
you up
y'all. The
on
thing
game.
is, they think they be doing something though. The thing is, they really think
Yes, Lord.
I mean,
they be trying to
that's
do
in real
something.
life too. You know, that's just life.
Lord have mercy.
Mhm.
So my favorite episode is the Holy Ghost, and that's episode 3. I really love the way it comes on. The poetry that's set up for it, the scene, they're in the church. We talking about the Holy Ghost, we talking about the spirit, but then they flip it and they go into paranormal and talk about other spirits. So like I really enjoyed that. Her also showing her strength, like not just going up against actual physical monsters, but at the same
Right.
time being able to basically get rid of these spirits from out of her house. Like she hired someone to help, but she ended up being the one that executed. So that just shows her strength overall. Like I said, I go back to my
Oh
quote.
wait,
My
did you
name.
notice? Pause. How in most movies when they call it
I'm about to say,
exorcist,
girl, you got me choked.
they call a white priest. In this show, who did they call
They
to
called the
do
voodoo lady.
exorcism?
But you gotta think about it, it's segregated. So what they wanted to show you is that this who the white folks use, this who we use, and that's why you can't even break this. So that to me is what I got from that. Because when the white woman showed up, she couldn't even come across the threshold.
Talking about who helped you with this magic.
And why you were
that
okay?
wizard there.
So
But that ghost thought he had outsmarted them, no, because they had put the blood protection on their forehead. So he said, "Oh, let me bust these water pipes so we can rinse that on off of there."
He sure did, but they got rid of that white devil. And excuse me, I ain't racist, but that's what they represented in that episode. You hear me? But my favorite quote is, "My name's not girl. My name is Leticia fucking Lewis." And the reason why it's my favorite one is because I'm gonna be honest. My name, yes, y'all know me as Jade Astral, but my name is Tramitra. I get called some of everything: Tramitra, Tramitria, Tramitri, like all kinds of things that it just don't make no sense. So when I heard her say that, I was like, you know what? That's been me my entire life. My name,
girl, you gotta correct them folks. I don't let them say my name.
Too.
You hit me with a Desiree.
I get tired of being called Tamika, and my name is not spelled like that at all. But people just see Tamika and think that Black people are supposed to just be named Tamika and just call, and then they will spell my name wrong, even if they see it written at that, and then email me with the name spelled Tamika. No.
Oh, now that burns me up when you spell my name wrong in the email where you had to go find my email address. I hate that.
With your name in it?
I hate that.
Yes. Call.
So it just shows to me it's disrespect. Like, I look at that for real. Like, it's disrespect. First of all, you didn't even capitalize my name. And then you spell my name wrong after I done told you this is how you spell my name. So, like, to me, that was kind of like something that we go through in our culture, in our community. People get lazy. Those that don't want act like they don't care because our names ain't easy. It ain't Beth. It ain't Susie. It ain't Mary. So they just want to quickly be like, okay, I'm gonna call you Desert, I'm gonna call you Takanga, and I'm gonna call you Trematria, and you better be all right with it. Because I'm gonna say this: somebody had to condition them to make it feel like it's okay to disrespect our names. And somebody conditioned them because they comfortable with doing it. So I feel as though Letty put the spirit up in the air to let them know who the fuck you are. Excuse my language, but she put that fire in there.
Did she though? And then the fact that you was just calling her girl, like that's belittling her. Like, I have a name, bro. I'm not.
And she driving, saving y'all life. Like, come on, man. So let's Kima kind of K Block already kind of touched into some Easter eggs. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into foreshadowing. Have y'all noticed anything that's going on that they have not pointed out that you think might be popped up in other episodes, or any type of your own conspiracy theories on where they might go with the show?
Talk about the little girl. You said you noticed something about the girl, the little girl looking at the maps that I didn't know what she was doing looking at the maps.
Okay, so George's daughter, they own the Negro Traveling Services, where they make sure that it's they give you a map so it's safe that you can travel while being someone of color on the roads. So their daughter, what she does is that she draws like different images in certain areas on the map. And if you pay attention, it's all the monsters they're running into. It's all the obstacles they're running into. So, like, to me, I feel as though this little girl already knows. Like, somehow she already knows about the adventures. She already knows about the monsters. She knows how to conquer things, because it just seems like she was preparing her dad. She wanted to make sure he had that travel guide, not just because she drew a picture of her mother, but also to like prep them for what they were going to face. Because I don't know if you remember, I don't know if it was last episode or episode 4 that Tick pulled out the map and was like, look, and he pointed to, you know, the symbol she drew of the Grim Reaper with the clock. So it's something about baby girl. She's already gifted. I think she knows why her daddy died, to be honest. She's not as uptight as mom.
Them conversations Tick be having on the phone.
So that's this episode, girl. Don't start. We ain't even finna think about no
conspiracy theory. Is that a correct? Go ahead.
Asian lady. He said he was in love. He said he fell in love when he was overseas. And then, you know, it's a scene where when they in the house, what is it, episode 1 or 2? 2. Where he fighting the lady in the room. You know, that was his hallucination. She was fighting that Asian chick in the room.
It was a Korean chick.
So it's something with that because it's gonna give us a throwback to what the hell happened. But she predicted some shit because he was like, "How did you know?"
That is his lover, and the reason why he asked her, "How did she know?" for her predicting is she has a gift herself because in the first episode, in the beginning, she's the alien. She's the alien that's coming out of the craft. I don't know if y'all paid attention, but that alien is Korean.
When he was daydreaming, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't think about that.
And he's all lovey-dovey about this alien. Now let's think about what in America we consider an alien.
Anybody foreign.
So that possibly could have been like a little like sniblet of her. You know.
And then she told him in like when he called the first episode, you shouldn't have went back. Like she told him. So I'm ready for this episode, y'all. We got 9 minutes.
Okay.
Popcorn. Go get your liquor.
Let me get like 40 minutes. Let me get about 40 minutes.
I was just gonna say we got a little bit more. We got look.
Yeah. Now let me go ahead and run down a little bit of some foreshadowing for me. So first of all, we got to figure out who's Tick's real dad. All right. The other thing is William in the basement? If the sister was being a skinwalker and using his skin, who the freak is in the basement and where is William? My other thing is the DNA potion. We seen that chick in episode 1, and then she popped up and Ruby using her.
My thing is, was somebody skinwalking in episode 2, or was she alive and then died and then they took her DNA?
No, she was alive. She was alive.
But you want to know who in the basement? I think his body's in the basement. Because how do you keep making new potion? You have to keep DNA.
Ooh, she might be in the basement.
So I'm thinking William, who was dead because they shot him in the back, is in the basement.
But he back though. He back.
I think he in the basement. I think she in the basement.
Okay. Now, what about this? Let me kind of mess with y'all head. Y'all know how I get with conspiracy theories. Sometimes I be making up my own. Y'all see how Letty been getting very comfortable with giving away her cookies. What if she have the next descendant? What if she get pregnant by Tick and then she got the blood in her and that next child and next heir?
Oh. Because ain't nobody falling behind Tick, but they still in the bloodline. You right?
Do y'all trust what's the white lady name?
No.
Because I think I put her above a witch. She's a wizard. Okay. She is Harry. She is Harry Potter. Sorceress.
I don't trust her, but I can relate to her wanting to be in a boys' club. Like I get that.
Because it's like sometimes I think she be looking out for them, and then sometimes it's like you still being sneaky and lying though.
I think she's looking out for her own interest, but she also is protecting Tick. I don't know what it is about Tick that she feel like she got to protect, but maybe
they can, folks. You don't remember when William opened that door? He said, "Welcome home." They probably cousins.
Could be.
They could be, but then they might not be no kin because they did need Tick for the blood.
Oh wait, and did y'all pick up? I'm sorry, how many minutes we got? Did y'all pick up on when they was in the vault? They was underground. So when episode whatever Holy Ghost episode, when the elevator went down, them lights in that tunnel, and then when they was down in the vault, they passed that same damn door in the tunnel, and then that's how y'all got home. Y'all took the elevator home.
And I'm talking about they was in a whole different state. They were like 13, 15 hours away, and they.
Old girl had said something about, but it had a time machine. So I'm like, okay, is it a time machine or a teleporting machine? What is it?
It could be. Okay, well, I think what they did something quick. To me, it seemed like when he put his arm in there and it opened up and everything, that could have been like a little teleportation. But at the same time, what is that the mom has, the auntie? Like, what is that like?
Oh, the Ori? I don't know, because number one, you stole it, you thief.
She trying to figure out what happened to her husband. She trying to figure out. I don't blame her.
She know Tick ain't telling the truth.
Ain't
I
nobody
think she just took that Ori because it was pretty. Old girl sent it in the room, was like, "Oh, thank you."
Ooh, decoration. I can make that lampshade.
But then, she's got a thing with the solar system because she named the comet, and I like how they threw that story in there because that's a real story about a little black girl naming some stars and somebody white took credit. That's a real story. I like how they threw that in there. But I don't know. She about to make me mad because ain't nobody told you to turn that car around and try to go back and find out what happened.
And they about to get caught up in some bull crap. You know that, right?
Bruh, your husband died. Ain't nothing good that way.
And they're not there anymore. They're back. They're back in Chicago.
Oh, well, the little girl said that. She was like, "How did they get back without us before us?"
Now, before we have to get off, I'm about to throw something at y'all that nobody has said yet. And I'm talking about even on the internet. Y'all ready?
Here she go.
So y'all remember when Ruby went inside and she did her transformation to the white lady and she was having a grand old day, right? And she was, but y'all, this ain't when she was grand. This is the first time she turned and she was scared. She went to the south side of Chicago, to the black side.
So when the cops came,
and she bumped into the little boy, or the little boy bumped into her, and she threw her hands up and she was scared, forgot that she was white. Now here's the thing. They was terrorizing the little boy. They was about to kill him, arrest him, whatever. But don't you think that is such a coincidence that it seems as though that would have been the situation that white woman only had to do to save Emmett Till?
Of course.
So I feel like they put that in there to be like, Emmett didn't have to die. This all she had to say. All she had to say was, he wasn't bothering me, officer.
Yep. All she had to do was say he didn't do anything. And
so I thought that was a message in general.
Yeah.
Like, open your mouth. If you see something, open your mouth, because you the one that they're gonna listen to, not me.
Yeah, if you see something, say something. And you see they kept badgering her too, to say, hey, like beating her, into it, like he did something. She's just like, no, and all she had to do was stick to her guns like she did, and was like, no, he didn't do nothing.
Right.
I'm the one that's lost. If a lot more of them did that, but see, that racism in them is what goes and be like, oh, well, since the police said he did something, he must have did something.
But it's also peer pressure. Like you just said, they were just pounding that in on her. And just imagine, this ain't a TV show, but let's go back in time. All right, we women, right? Not just being a woman of color, just being a woman in general comes with a lot of stigma, a lot of, backlash and stuff we had to fight through. So she probably felt like she had to tell them men that he did that. But that just shows how weak she was. She didn't understand her power. Either she could have been just evil. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I really do feel like they were showing how Emmett could have been saved and how so many other people could have been saved.
How we could have kept a whole town called Rosewood if she would have just spoke up and said, I like that Negro, my bad. Anyway.
It's so much.
Okay, I'm about to say, we'll keep them here all night to talk. You know how we get, y'all. But I don't want to keep our viewers away from episode 6. It's about to pop off in 2 minutes. So please go grab all your snacks. Make sure your phone beside you so you can read all of the good stuff that happened. Get your drink.
You gotta take some notes.
And that's a good idea, Kate. But if you got to take some notes, the reason why I said it is because sometimes we see stuff, we forget about it after we watch the episode, and you have to go back. So if you're in there taking notes, you're already gonna be focused on the like intricate and key things anyway. So especially if you're in the film, I suggest it.
Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. I just want to say shout out to Misha Green and Jordan Peele for bringing this show to us. We're gonna jump back on here when this season is over and kind of recap the whole season as a whole. So we will be back. And join our Horror and Hooch Facebook group because we talk about it. after every episode, join us for the conversations and the Easter eggs and the foreshadowing. Horror and Hooch on Facebook. Join us on the conversation. Have fun on this episode, and we will see you guys again after this first season is over.
Oh, wait, now don't forget to go on See Them Tipper Drinks to get those recipes and those drinks y'all can be having on.
Yes.
Right,
Fifth
right.
wall,
So y'all
fifth
some out there.
column, temper drinks. Fifth wall, fifth column, temper drinks, Horror and Hooch.